Let's go to California 35, Mike Cargill. Mike, talk to us about how immigration, inflation, all these Biden policies, the invasion on our southern border, and really the destruction of our economy. How's that playing into your race, sir?
Well, it's throwing the Latino community right into my lap, actually. It's good to see you, Steve. You and I spoke in Texas at CPAC. We were talking
Sure.
about the lawsuit I was involved with. We're at the Ninth Circuit, and oral arguments will begin on the 23rd. But this is really interesting. The Latino communities, particularly with my race. My opponent is one of the chief instigators of an insurrection, really, using George Soros down in Central America. And before I say anything else, happy Independence Day to El Salvador and President Nayib Bukele, because they have become staunch supporters. And this race potentially will unite Central America, and we're reaching out to those in the Obrador administration as well, because the Latino values are conservative values. The Republican Party just hasn't woken up to this. And I thought you were going to probably ask me in the future about being unendorsed by the California Republican Party twice now for being too conservative. And this will get to the crux of the issue with the Latino community, because I stand for the biblical definition of marriage in opposition to the Republican leadership. I stand for the support of the nuclear family. And I stand against this transgender agenda for our children. And this is apparently too conservative for the Republican Party. So, Steve, actually, in
Does
my
that,
mind,
but for the Latino community, is that, are those the values and the American values of the Latino community? You think it makes you more acceptable to them, and that's your path? I know it's what you believe in your core, your principles, but politically, is this your path to win?
absolutely. Absolutely. They embrace this. They embrace this more than people who are traditionally American, because they come to this country with an idea for a better future, and they see this future being taken away from them by liberal ideology. This is destroying everything. And you can't save this country based on its economy, no matter what they say. No matter, Clinton said that it was a lie. And I can prove that because during the Trump years, the nation was flourishing except for one place, California. And that's because California had already introduced and embraced the Green New Deal and all these liberal ideologies. It was destroying. California was on the verge of bankruptcy during the Trump years. COVID saved California. But out of California comes all of these bad ideas. California is the key to saving the nation, because everything that is cooked up here. Pete Buttigieg was just in my district. He was looking at battery powered cars because he wants to take what Gavin Newsom's doing and introduce it federally, where we will get rid of all gasoline powered vehicles and go only to electric vehicles. California starts everything, and it starts politically. Who's the Speaker of the House? Nancy Pelosi, California. The minority leader, Kevin McCarthy, California. Tiebreak in the Senate, Kamala Harris, California. California's driving everything. This is the head of the snake. And my race is the key, because it's going to unite the Latino vote. This stand against immigration. You can't blame, like you said, I appreciate what you said earlier. You can't blame the immigrant who's been invited by the Biden administration to come here.
No.
I don't blame them. I blame the Biden administration.
They're pawns. They're the one rational actors in this. Mike, we got to jump. How do people find out more? This is your first time on, but I want to make sure people have access to find out more about you. This is a very intriguing race, and quite frankly, you are not cut from the from the normal mold of Republican candidates. You speak truth to power. So how do people find out more about you, sir?
CargileForCongress.com. CargileFor, CargileForCongress.com. Heck, you could just put in my name, MikeCargile.com. It'll take you to the same place.
Mike, thank you very much. We look forward to having you back. And man, you have nailed it. The California model, this is what Newsom is going to run in 24. That's the California model for America. It's got to be stopped. And you have a handful of real patriots out there that are taking it to it. Mike, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me on, Steve.